Coach, I'm going to start with a question coming from the Rink Live. 6 points separating the top six teams in the league right now. 2 months into the season, what do you take away from how competitive the CCH is night in, night out?
I think it started a little bit last year, and now it's continued into this season where, the team at the top is a team that was able to string some games together. I think they won 4 games in a row, and the rest of us have kind of splitsville. And, I think everybody's in it. Like, everybody's in it. And now it's going to be who can find their groove and who can continue to bank points every weekend. You can't have weekends where you're getting, 1 or none points. You got to be trying to get 4 or more every weekend to try to solidify that home ice. And I just think there's a lot of teams that are very similar.
And then, Coach, I mean, a big series this weekend. We look at it. It's a rivalry series. Is it kind of a different vibe going in, knowing you got one at your place and one at their place, and on a normal weekend, it's either 2 home or 2 on a different night?
Yeah, I like the setup. I like that it's 1 home, 1 away. Because that gives each community a chance to enjoy a home game each weekend. I think the thing for us is, obviously everything's heightened this week, but it's just for our group, it's just quiet the noise. Quiet the noise, play within ourselves. We talk about playing at like a high flat line, and there's just not a bunch of erratic emotion to it. I think that's going to be important for us.
And then, Coach, when we look at goalies, Benny has had some great performances this season. Charlie has had some great performances this season. So it's nice to see them having, those performances. But how do you get them to be kind of consistent?
Yeah, I think they're fighting it. I think our group is fighting it a little bit. We went on a little stretch there. We won 5 of 6 games, and I think the consistency of the group was at that point was higher, and I also think the consistency of the position, the goaltending position, was higher. So it kind of goes hand in hand. I think both guys should have confidence because they both have played well. Charlie probably had come on, and he probably had to earn his confidence because he hadn't played as much. Benny taking a step back and not playing for a couple games, I think that refocused him and recentered him, and I think he's played well since then.
And then when we kind of look at Michigan Tech as a whole, when they've got somebody between the pipes like Blake Piatola, what do you guys have to do to kind of find the back of the net?
Yeah, he's an incredible player. Player of the year. You can't. Whatever. You can talk about him until you're blue in the face, but we have to find a way to find rebounds at the net front. We got to find a way to elevate those rebounds at the net front. Probably got to get some looks on the power play where maybe he can't see it. We're screening him a little bit. But to be honest, I think that the way that we have to score is we have to be at the net. We have to be at the net, win the net front, get our sticks free, and then be able to do something with that puck. Because you're not just gonna like Blake's gonna be in the proper position, so you're not gonna be able to just hammer a puck on the ice. Like, you're going to have a little bit of deception. You might have to pull to your backhand and get it up, or your forehand and get it up, because he's going to take away the whole bottom part of the net. So it's a challenge, no doubt. He's like I said, he's one of the best players in college hockey.
And then, Coach, last one for me. Penalties in some periods have been a lot, and some periods have not been a lot. How do you kind of minimize that, especially going into rivalry week where the emotions are heightened?
Yeah. Well, and you touched on it. The games that we've had struggles up there, it's because we've had a parade to the box. And, whether it's 5-minute majors or, there was a time we had to kill a 2-minute 5-on-3. You can't lose guys. Like the hits last weekend, they're out of the game. You can't make contact with the head or neck area. And that's where Ryland Van Unen got in trouble. Was he didn't hit his head, but they said the head or neck, so they felt like because it was a lateral hit where he was coming east and west and we were going north and south, they felt like that. It's playing on the line. Playing on that line, but not over the line, and you just got to be right on the edge. and playing whistle to whistle. That's, you know, another really important thing for us is we're just going to play whistle to whistle. And after the whistle, nothing's going to happen. I mean, there's no fighting. So, you know what I mean? Go line up and play whistle to whistle.